Welcome again to Ikemba Speaks. Today I'll be talking about the big idea. What is the big idea? I'll tell you about the big idea and the 7 qualities how you identify the big idea in your life. The big idea is that thing, that unifying force that holds every aspect of a thing together. The big idea, it's a marketing term. It's an advertising or marketing term that basically talks about what's at the core of the message that galvanizes everything about what you're talking about. In Christendom, it's called the purpose. It drives everything. It determines what your decisions are, what your choices are, and everything. How do you, identify the big idea of your life? How do you identify that thing that tells you where you need to be going in life, what you need to be doing in life, what you need to be pursuing? The 7 qualities of the big idea are these. Number 1, it is attention grabbing. The big idea is attention grabbing. It is something that when you have it, the world just knows. Sometimes you may even be oblivious of that, but everybody sees it. It's attention grabbing. So if it is the big idea of your life, then it is attention grabbing. Number 2, it is personal. I like to use footballers whenever I talk about brand and what have you. When you look at footballers, no 2 footballers are the same. Even if they have the same height, they are from the same countries, there are unique things about them. Even if they are both dribblers, they dribble in a different way. They pass in a different way, they shoot in a different way, they celebrate their goals in a different way. So the big idea of your life, it must be personal. It must be about you. It has to be about your personal experience. It has to be about your personal journey. It has to be about you. So the big idea of your life is about you. It's distinctively you. Number 3, it is transformational. When you see the big idea in play, transformation happens. When you see the big idea in play, things begin to change. So if there's a big idea, if you are trying to identify the big idea of your life, look at that thing in your life that whenever you try to tap into it, instantly every aspect of your life responds, either positively or negatively. That may just be your big idea. Why? Because big ideas are transformational in nature. Number 4, it must be ownable. It must be unique. Your big idea has to be something that you can own. It has to be something that sets you apart. It has to be something that is unique about you. It has to be, it may be a physical feature. It may be a personal experience. It may be a worldview. It may be an approach. It may be a particular drive, but it has to be ownable. Number 5, it must be magnetic. Something about the big idea is that it attracts. It pulls people to it. It gets people to come around it. And mind you, the big idea is not necessarily just positive. It may be negative. So you see somebody doing something crazily negative, and you see the person still has a followership, a huge followership. And you wonder, are all these guys mad? No. This person has identified his or her own big idea. And this big idea, because it's a big idea, it is magnetic and it's attracting all these followers. So number 5, big idea must be magnetic. Number 6, it must be infectious. By infectious, I mean it must be contagious. It is something that when you have it, you can easily pass it on. People can easily catch it. Which is why whenever you have, using Christendom for example, whenever you have a particular kind of preacher who preaches in a particular kind of way, you see his members tend to also live their life to model him in a particular kind of way. You have a church where the pastor bobs his hair in a kind of way. You see the members bob their hair in that kind of way. You have a music artist who maybe dresses in a particular way or walks in a particular way. You see the followers dress and walk in that particular way. Even footballers, you have a particular footballer who, or maybe whenever he scores, he dabs. Whenever he scores, he slides. You see anybody that's trying to become a footballer or other footballers just basically trying to do the same, to replicate the same thing he does. So when Mike Tyson was in his heydays, lots of young guys were barbing their hair to look like Mike Tyson. Why? Because his big idea was infectious. So number 7 quality about the big idea is that it is infectious, it is contagious. And then number 8, the big idea is simple. It's very simple. The simplicity of big ideas are, they confound us. Why? Because it is personal, because it is unique, because it's original, it ends up being very simple to the person who owns it. So if you are trying to do something and you have to struggle to do it, then it's not your big idea. For your big idea, you do it seamlessly, you do it effortlessly. So there you go. The 7 qualities of the big idea. Number 1, it must be attention grabbing. Number 2, it must be about you, it must be personal. Number 3, it must be transformational, it must transform things and people around it. Number 4, it must be ownable, it must be unique. Number 5, it must be magnetic, it pulls and attracts people to it. Number 6, it must be infectious, that is, it's contagious. People quickly want to adopt it and also replicate it. And then the last but not the least, it is simple. You can watch this video on my YouTube page, Firebrand Ikemba. Follow me on Instagram at Ikemba1 and on Twitter at Ikemba. Till we meet again, be great.